faster through the use of fuel. As we're just checking all of these, checking out how much oil is saved up, and I can clearly see that these are going to fill pretty quick. So I need to do something with this oil. What do I end up doing with this oil at this point in time? I know I need to be making plastic pretty soon. I think that's the first thing I end up using the oil for, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm also running out of research things that I have queued up, so I'm curious. Oh, don't tell me I put another thing on the red research building. Oh no, I put one on the actual research building. Okay, so I can research faster. Yes, because that stuff is backed up and whatnot. So that way I will go through the Kibs faster, which isn't great for red because it's not getting all the hydrogen it needs to be constantly producing, but it'll get me through the various things I'm researching much faster, which is good. So here, okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut all this out. We're just clearing land, and I'm going to expand the power grid. And if I'm incorrect about that, I will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are through the power of editing, and I'm back anyways. And yeah, we just got the max core power increase from our research. So now I'm kind of sitting here, I'm looking at, okay, I've got one thing left to research, which will be the second level of move speed. Get that out of here. And yes, I am out of red research. So oh wow, okay, so that actually has all of the yeah, that has everything it needs, but then I need to look at that one, and yeah, no hydrogen. So clearly I need to get more hydrogen to that thing. So I'm kind of looking at this, and I'm thinking, okay, how... I need more hydrogen, but if I put more oil refineries down, which I believe is what I end up doing here, that's also going to create a problem where I'm creating more oil, and I'm already, like, massively storing up this oil, and I have nothing to do with it. At least... Well, let me clarify. I'm not doing anything with it right now. I could be using it for other things. As you see here, there's plastic and acid. I have those available to me. I could be using it to make those things, but I haven't got to that point just yet. Don't worry, Fox will get there. Fox will get there. But yeah, I'm thinking about some other things that I could potentially go over. There is some interesting facets of this game that apparently are in development. They're working on blueprints, which I guess is a thing in games like Factorio, where you can literally, like, I don't know how it works in Factorio. I've never played it, but I assume you may basically make a selection, and then you select certain buildings or a certain configuration of buildings, and then you can, okay, so I'm going through what I'm going to use the oil for right here, plastic and sulfuric acid. But yeah, you can select a whole bunch of buildings, and then you can just, like, copy that and then repaste that building setup or arrangement somewhere else. And that's not a thing right now in Dyson Sphere Program, but apparently that is something that is being worked on and will be put in the game eventually. So that'll be really nice. That's actually one of the things that Thranks was talking about in a stream recently, where he didn't want to move his main manufacturing hub away from his central, his starting world, even though he was literally shipping stuff from another system that's like 17 light years away in order to... Oh, okay, we're going through the... I'm looking at the foundations, like all these options, and I don't really fully understand them at this point. Hell, I don't even fully understand them at this point, really.
Foundation, a terrain leveling tool, yet we cannot use it to change the planetary landforms at will. We can only level the surface to ground zero. If the foundation is used for high grounds, it will gain soil pile. On the contrary, if it is used on the ocean or low-lying areas, it must consume soil pile. When installing the foundation, either choose a kind of decoration or without decoration, even only surface leveling.
Yeah, the last bit of that, the grammar could use some work, but it's okay. And then eventually here, okay, yeah, I make that a little bit smaller because I don't need to use that many. I noticed that the area of ground that it actually bumps up is bigger than the foundation itself, so you can kind of, you know, use fewer foundations in order to create the space that you need if you do it properly. It looks a little bit funky with like just these foundations sitting there in the middle of that beach, but whatever. No one really cares about that. No one cares about the aesthetics right now. We're just worried about functionality. That's how industry works, right? But yeah, one of the things Thranks was talking about, like even though he's shipping stuff to his home planet, is essentially this planet on his game, from 17 light years away, which takes up a lot of energy, a lot of warpers, which are a more expensive resource that we make later in the game. He didn't want to move his main manufacturing from there because he's like, I don't want to set up all of these awesome, you know, manufacturing things. And I kind of teased him a bit, like, okay, so you're lazy because it took you like a minute to set that up. And he's like, well, yes. But I mean, I understand where he's coming from. And once blueprints are a thing, he'll be able to easily just copy and paste that setup so he can move his manufacturing, and that's something that I think a lot of people will do in the end. So right now I'm figuring out, okay, I want this oil. I want more storage for the oil, and what I plan on doing is I'm gonna route the conveyor belt that I have over here further down towards this land that I just created, and we're going to put some storage. We're going to route the oil through that, and then we're going to route that from there to some plants that I put down. So we're coming back over here. Am I just checking on things? It looks like I'm just checking on things. Oh, okay, we're going to be expanding the power grid. Okay, that's a good idea, Fox. Good idea. More power is always good. So yeah, you see the power grid. The circles are flashing between blue and yellow or orange, whatever color you might decide that is, which tells me that the power grid is straining just a little bit. It's not constantly straining, but it is straining sometimes. So I put down some more of these, and now you see, oh nope, it did flicker orange there for a bit. So it's still using up power, and it seems like the most efficient way to lay these out is kind of like these diamond formations, or even you could call them triangles. They're essentially two triangles stacked on top of each other, which I suppose is what makes up a diamond shape. But that seems to be the most efficient way to place these down. And if anyone knows obviously I'm not placing them completely perfectly here, but if anyone knows otherwise, please do let me know in the comments section down below. So I guess we're just gonna move some stuff out of the way so I can go ahead and put down some more wind turbines. So I will shut up, cut this out, and I will see you when I'm done with this. Alright, so we are back, and I am looking at the power grid, and I'm seeing, okay, I'm making 10 megawatts, and we're kind of fluctuating between about 7 and 8.5 for demand. So I decided, well, technically that would be good enough, but I've got more of these wind turbines. Let's go ahead and put them down so that I can not worry about having to put more down anytime soon. So that's what I go ahead and do here. We're just gonna throw these down all over the place. I'm gonna get rid of this tree that's in the way because trees are obnoxious, and they just block your view, man. They're an absolute pain in the butt. And I guess I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit over here as well. Please don't tell me you're gonna go and clean up a whole lot more, Fox. Not right now. Come on. Just focus, Fox, and just put down your wind turbines and get back to what you were doing. So right now, yes, there's a copper vein right there, and yes, that's probably going to be blocking my access to it later, but I'm not using it at the moment. And with a lot of things, like a lot of structures, people think they're going to put them down and they're going to be like there permanently, so they want to be very careful about where they put them down, but that's not my line of thinking with these wind turbines. Is right now I just need power, and I can literally pick these up and just put them somewhere else later. So it really doesn't matter where I put them right now. Even if they're blocking stuff, I'll just literally just pick them up and move them out the way. It's not that big a deal. I can literally do it in about a second. So yeah, why not put them down wherever I can? So right, blue research is doing very, very nicely. I've got a little over 800 stored up there. Red, not so much. And I think, what do I decide here? I decide to go over to the wireless power tower and charge up over here instead of using up more of my fuel, which, I mean, that's probably a smart decision later on when you start using more expensive fuel sources, because eventually you run out of, one way or another, you run out of wood and plant matter and whatnot, so you can't use that forever. But yeah, this has a pretty good charging speed, and I found out later that these wireless power towers actually stack, so you can put like a whole ring of them around you, and you will charge really, really fast, and it's pretty nice. So hey, we're looking at the sun here. I have no idea why, but we're looking at the sun. All right, so my mech can move faster. Excellent. Good, good, good. Oh, maybe I was talking about the Dyson Sphere and Swarm and stuff that we were going to be doing. I might be talking about the, well, past Fox who didn't know his mic was muted. Big old dumb. He was probably talking about how Thranks was going with his solar sails and all of that, and I went with my wind energy and explaining the reasons why I went with my wind energy. Okay, so we're talking about, I'm looking at accumulators and stuff here, and yeah, it would be a good idea to build accumulators this early on so I can start charging them while I have this power surplus, but unfortunately, it required resources that I just really didn't have a lot of access to. Yeah, okay, so I'm looking at the solar, or circling around the solar sail orbit system there like a fool, because I'm probably talking about what Thranks was doing versus what I'm doing. And, so yeah, we're going through research here, looking at things that I probably want, things that I'll need. I'm also looking at various things that I haven't seen, or things that will be unlocked later. I know Thranks likes to use these things now a lot, and I look at that list of materials that it requires, and I'm like, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't want to pay that much for those things. Not a chance in hell. I will not be using those. Hydrogen fuel rods. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good fuel in the early and mid game. I mean, the titanium ingots can make them a little teeny tiny expensive. And then the thrusters and the reinforced thrusters are what you need for drones and stuff, for logistic hubs, for some more advanced shipping. The X-ray cracking, this is what you need for the fractionators, which take, I believe they take, oh no, this in particular is refining hydrogen and oil into more hydrogen and energetic graphite. So essentially the oil turns into energetic graphite at a 1-to-1 ratio, and then you put 2 hydrogen in and you get 3 hydrogen out, which is, it's an okay process. I wouldn't generally do it unless you have a crap load of crude oil and absolutely no coal anywhere, but because we're looking at organic crystals, this was one of the things that Thranks had difficulty with, and I'm probably talking about it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is something that we need to work on. research speed too slow. It's because of the hydrogen. The red research just is not getting the hydrogen that it needs, unfortunately. Not at this point in time. Oh man, I've still got an hour left on this footage. Oof. My throat and my voice is already starting to get a little overtaxed here. It's a little strained. I'm feeling it. Okay, so we're looking at graphene here. Graphene is definitely something that you need. Absolutely. That is vital to later game. So I guess I'm kind of just trying to decide, okay, what are the priorities? And I queue up graphene just because it only takes blue research, because I'm struggling to make red research at the moment. So I want to queue up all the things that have blue only, and then I'll work on those other things. Because I need to fix my hydrogen problem, which I believe should be happening before long. But yeah, you can see in the grand scale of things, got a lot left to research at this point. A lot left to research. And then I didn't even go through upgrades yet. My queue is already full. But yeah, I'm looking at inventory capacity. I definitely want that. I can't do that because it has yellow research, which I have not unlocked yet as of this point. Universe exploration. Yep, that's probably something I'll want. But again, my queue is full at the moment. And that one requires purple research. That's disgusting at this point in time. Vertical construction, not gonna go there. Not gonna go there because I don't have the yellow research. So I'm just kind of considering some things. What do I want to prioritize? What do I want to do? And I'm not sure what I decide on because again, my queue's already full here, so it's like I can't put anything else in the queue. Okay, so I'm going over this because, you know, it was on the screen. And this just talks about, you know, how the Matrix labs work and all that good stuff. Okay, so, sorry, I muted my mic there for a little bit. We're really just, I'm reading information and I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing here, or what I'm thinking about, what I'm talking about here. Probably thinking about how I'm going to expand my research, get my research going a little bit faster, because I don't like that research being slow thing on my screen all the time. So is this the point where I start to this might be the point where I go ahead and expand my oil refinery here. Yeah, I'm looking at this, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a couple more of these, put them down, and all that good stuff. Meanwhile, in real life, whilst I am watching this and recording my post commentary, I'm actually going to go grab me a cough drop. Because my throat is just like, ugh. So you probably heard me fiddling with the bag there. Sorry. And they're actually not like actual cough drops. They're just like, they're the Hall's fruit breezers. So really they just help to numb your throat if you have like a sore throat or something like that. Okay, so put that aside, get myself situated here. What are you doing, Fox? What are you doing? Looking at smelters. I've got 3 in my inventory. Am I planning to make more? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Looks like I'm planning to make more. How many more are you making? 5 more. Okay. So I'll have 8 in total. And we're making some assemblers, I guess. I have 2 of those already. Make 4 more to have a total of 6. Okay. I wonder what I'm doing this for. Oh, am I getting ready to head off to another planet? I might be getting ready to do that, although I didn't make any wind turbines, so maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, maybe I'm gonna be... I might be setting up, yes, plasma exciters over here. That's what I might be doing. So there is a copper node around here somewhere. Do I go way over there? Oh, well, it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and clear some area in between here and the copper. So I will go ahead and cut this out, and I will see you guys when this is done. Okay, well, that only took a couple of seconds there. And so we're putting down this really long conveyor line, and then I guess I'm probably gonna get rid of some more stuff in my way, right? Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna bring the line up over there, and then I'll probably activate, or not activate. I will I'll put a mining machine down on the copper vein that we can see right in front of us, essentially here, and that's how I will get my my copper for my magnetic coils and stuff. Right. So here I am. And we're gonna put down some foundations so that I can get to the copper a whole lot easier here. And I think that's enough. That's probably enough. Oh no, I'm making more bricks and stuff to make more foundations. Okay, so we have after waiting a little bit of time, I made some bricks and I made some foundations. We're gonna go ahead and flatten this area out, make it a whole lot easier to create the manufacturing area that I need over here. Wow. Wow. Like, really? That power transmission area sucks for the wind turbines. That's one of the only few, like, drawbacks of the wind turbines. It's like, technically, they supply power to an area, but, like, it's not anywhere near the size of the actual blue circle you see when you're putting them down. It's very unfortunate. So this is actually an area of my manufacturing center that I am pretty unfamiliar with. I don't generally visit it very much, even in the later parts of the game. So I'm not really familiar with how I laid this out, and whether or not I would change anything in the future. Oh, I accidentally just hit a button to bring up the guidebook. That was fun. But yeah, I will be just as interested as you all are to see how in the hell I actually set this up. Because I don't come over here all that often, and as a matter of fact, I probably got so much stuff over here now that I don't even see that area. Okay, so we're doing the obvious copper ingots here, and then unfortunately I have not yet discovered or understood the whole copy and pasting mechanic here for recipes. Okay, so what am I setting these up for? Because there's nothing that really just uses copper ingots. So, what are you doing here, Fox? This doesn't make any sense to me. Right, you're bringing in copper ingots, but you need to bring in other stuff to make whatever you're making. So, yeah, you need magnets if you're making magnetic coils over here. Are you going to set up a line that brings magnets down here now? Or Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, yeah. Now I remember. So here, I go over here and I extend this iron ore line. And we put down, I think, 2 smelters here as well. And I just set those to magnets and I ship those over to where I'm making those magnetic coils. Right. Now I remember this whole process that I went through.